Well, greetings once again from the woodlands of Pennsylvania, and I'm headed out to visit an old friend today, because I mentioned that in my previous video. I'm here in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, here in a place called Clark's Valley. Right next to me is the Clark's Creek, popular trout fishing destination, but no one's fishing here right now. I think people were this morning. I just got done hiking the Victoria Trail up on the other side of the road. But our old friend is the Victoria Iron Furnace. Now, I've been here before, several times I think, but not for a while. I like to visit these old friends just to see. It's like in real life, like visiting, checking up on your old friends to see if they're still hanging in there. And then I kind of like to just check up on these old ruins. This is the ruins of the Victoria Iron Furnace. It dates to the 1840s. Only lasted a couple of years. Anyway, I'll quit yapping. Alright, I did see some other people up ahead. Not too many people come back here, but we'll see. Hopefully they're not headed to my iron furnace either, but if they are, we'll have to share the place with them for a little bit. They probably won't stay there that long. There were some young kids. Alright. It is just a beautiful place to walk though as well. This reminds me that I need to get my my fishing license this year. Do you see one guy up there fishing? Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Alright, there are some people ahead of us, but that's okay. And here's a classic case of some losers that have come out here recently. Whatever you want, a fire pit, whatever, but then you just leave your trash there. A beautiful place by the stream, and then you have this. I don't mind the fire pit so much, but pack it in, pack it out. Anyway, our destination is just up here, but I don't know if there's quite a group of people up there. A lot of people are out these days because of the whole virus thing, pandemic, so a lot of people are out enjoying the outdoors, even coming to places that are usually a bit more secretive and hard to get to. But I can see our furnace just up there, but I'm gonna wait till they're done checking things out up there before we head up there. Beautiful place to just sit and take a break. Kind of took the opportunity while I'm waiting to eat some lunch here. Just wait till they are done checking the place out over there. It's no big deal. I just like when I'm up there filming, I prefer to have the place to myself. It'd be difficult to film when there's a bunch of other people around. And the bugs have found me too, the flying gnats. Oh well. Alright. Hopefully they're soon done. It is a cool place to visit though. A little piece of history out here in the woods. And it's still standing too, so that's good. Alright, so they have moved on out after having their time out here. Now, time to see how our old friend is doing. See it through the trees there. Yeah, wow, I love this place. The Victoria Iron Furnace. There she be. Awesome place. Yeah, so some things have changed. There's some trash here that wasn't here before. Fortunately, I think I see some a little bit of graffiti on the side that wasn't here before either, but wow, she is beautiful. Alright, we're gonna get up close, take a closer look. I know I've been here before, but like I said, I just enjoy coming back to visit my old friends. And I've got my tripod set up here, so I'm gonna, videotape myself walking up to these things like I usually do, so you can see perspective of just how large these things are, or how impressive this thing is. 'Cause sometimes it's hard with just video to see how big they are. So I'm gonna set you up on a tripod and we'll walk up there. The thing's massive and beautiful. All right. Let's walk up here together. It unfortunately has a lot of trees growing out of it, little ones, and at the top there's some big trees, which is unfortunate. They're gonna slowly rip this thing apart to tree roots. Be nice if it could be cleaned up a little bit. Get some interesting features around here. But here we go. So this is an iron furnace. We've talked about iron furnaces before in the past. Do have a little light. Let me get that light out here. Shed a little bit of light in here. Now, one thing about this furnace, it still has the inner lining to it. You see the brickwork? That's the inner lining, and you can see the rock out there, the outer lining. And if I look up here, hold on a second. There you can see that inner lining. It goes all the way up to the top, and the stonework on the outside there. Right here's where magic would happen. Let's look up. Whoa, there you go. That's pretty cool. That's still intact this much. Yeah, there are some iron furnaces that I've showed you where this inner lining of brick is no longer there. I remember trying to explain to you what it looked like, but this is what it looks like. You can see the outer layer of brick. I mean, the outer layer of stone, but they had this inner layer of brick as well. Then most of the old iron furnaces is no longer there. It's been collapsed and stuff. A lot of times they would replace the inner lining the longer these were used. Which is cool to see. Be able to see the inner lining and then the old rockwork as well. In some places you can see like the iron there that's used to support this building, the structure I should say. Intermixed with the stonework, there's pieces of iron. And even above us there's a thin piece of iron right there that's holding up all these rocks, which is kind of unnerving at the moment. Kind of see it in there. But there was a collapse on this side, that's why all this material is lying right here. And you can see, oops, let's get out here. Oh yeah, here's some huge pieces of iron that are holding up the stonework. But you can see, whoops, there's a gap. Here's the inner lining again, there's a gap back there. See how some of that brickwork is sitting on top of this huge piece of iron. Now, I can't safely recommend going in there yourself, but if you do, just don't touch anything. You know, any loose rock or anything coming down could not be a good thing. But I've been in there a number of times. Let's walk around, check things out a little bit more. Just visiting with an old friend, like I said, that's what it feels like. Stopping in to see how they're doing. Just kind of looking around. All kinds of little interesting things around here. I remember seeing this from other years. Not sure what this was. Maybe someone can let me know. It is surrounded by this stone wall. Yeah, there's some graffiti. I don't know if I remember seeing that last time, but it's slowly, slowly falling apart. You can see all the iron plates holding up all that stonework there. Oh, I think actually right there, I think we can look up. There's like a little air hole, if I remember correctly. Let's quick look. Yeah, see that? There's a little air hole that goes up there. Oh yeah, you can see all the way to the top. Cool. There's just another look at it from this side. Beautiful old structure. Because they always built these near a creek for water power. The water power would operate the bellows, which would, force air into the furnace to heat it up. Like we talked about these furnaces before, they would, smelt iron ore in these, and they would either fuel them with charcoal or anthracite coal from these areas. And of course they would, the bellows are those things that go whoosh, whoosh, force air into there. And like I said, they used water power, like a water wheel, and it would pump those bellows up and down, and it would heat the iron ore up in there, and then eventually the molten iron would come pouring out one of the openings and form that pig iron that we talked about. This one, like I said, operated in the 1840s for just a couple of years before it shut down. I think there was an economic depression not too long after they started this, and then the price of iron dropped or the price of coal went up. I forget which happened, and then they shut down. They loaded these things from the top, so back up there in that hill they would have had like a ramp or something that took you to the top, and that's where they dumped the iron ore and then the fuel on top of it. Which is one reason why this other stone wall is back there. Oh, cool. Yeah, this end's pretty much completely collapsed down in there. That's neat. Oh yeah, we can walk through here. We'll do that in a moment. You got all these little iron bars sticking out. You can almost climb to the top. Well, you see there's that huge tree. There's a huge pine tree growing right on top of this thing. Check that thing out. That thing needs to be cut down just to save this structure. You can see the tree roots popping out the sides. They're like just gonna crack this thing apart. All right. Yeah, look at all these moss covered rocks, ferns growing on them. Yeah, there's that big tree. You got all these, you hear the roots. These are the roots of that big tree. They're just squeezing in between all these rocks and stuff. That's not a good thing. Got these cool old bars. Oh, someone stuffed a can up in there. Aluminum can. Ah, well. Hey, here we are, back up front again. Beautiful little spot. Of course, these little nooks are interesting too. I'm not sure what these were for. Alright, so one last look at our old friend. And actually for the past half hour or so I just was talking to some other people. Some other people showed up and I was gonna quick stop filming, but they recognized me, and so we were sharing. They told me about some places that I didn't know about and some trails that I didn't know about. So I got some stuff to look into now. So that was pretty cool meeting up with them. It's always cool to meet viewers, kind of swap information and stuff. But I'm gonna head out myself now. It's cool to visit my old friend again, see that she's still here. All right. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you on the next adventure.